How's it going, everybody? Lane here. I want to tell you today is going to be an awesome video. I'm going to talk to you about how to build an online platform, why you should even think about building one, why you need one, and how it can benefit you. I'm going to talk about all the things that I've done over the last 5-6 years to build a platform and begin to make money from it. That wasn't my purpose initially, but it's been a really awesome benefit. So if you stick around to the end, you're going to see how you can, with your skills and your talents and your expertise, or even just your interests and hobbies, be able to take that online and build a platform that reaches lots of people, not just people who follow you on social media and like your post, but people who actually come to you because they feel like you are the person that does X. You are the expert on whatever. You're the person that when somebody thinks about whatever, they think about you. If you want that kind of thing, stick around to the end of this video and I will show you exactly how I've done it. I haven't done it perfectly. I'm still building it. I'm still trying to make it work, but I have learned a ton and I'm going to hold nothing back. So let's get going. My name is Lane. This is my channel. So awesome to have you joining me today. On this channel, we talk about personal development, self-publishing, and online business. If you're interested in those things, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to this channel for updates. So as I've started at this channel, I've talked quite a bit about self-publishing, but one of the things that goes along with publishing a book is the need to have an audience. And the way you grow an audience is you build a platform. So first we have to talk about what a platform even is. Now here's the thing, we talk a lot about virtual platforms online, which I love the idea of a virtual platform. For example, YouTube is a platform, Facebook is a platform, your blog or your home base might be a platform, your podcast could be a platform. But these things are called platforms, but a platform is actually a thing, okay? The definition of a platform, like a literal platform, is a raised surface to hold public discussion. That's what a platform is. So if you think about, when we talk about building a platform and why that's so important, we're saying get elevated, not so that you're above everybody, but so that people can see you, right? That's what a platform does. It makes you visible. If you write a book and you put it out in the world and nobody sees it because you don't have a platform, it's not going to reach that many people. You're not going to sell a whole lot of copies, and it's going to be kind of a disappointment. And so I want to show you very simply how you can build a platform, not only to sell books and reach people that way, but there's so many different ways that you can monetize or make money from an audience by serving that audience that has gathered around you and your ideas. It can be a really powerful thing that can serve you well if you do it right. So all we're talking about is a virtual raised surface. How do you do that? So to build a platform that reaches hundreds and even thousands of people, when it comes down to it, you really only need two simple things. Something valuable to say, or in some cases to do. I'll talk more about that in a second, but something valuable to say. And number two, people to listen. That's really it. You need something valuable to say, and you need people who are interested enough in that thing to listen. So let me give you an example. So right now, currently, I am building a platform. Okay, this is what I'm doing. I'm building a platform by using YouTube's platform. And my platform is being built around the ideas of self-publishing, personal development, and online business. And I have just started. You may be watching this video years down the road when hopefully I'm still at it and this YouTube channel is a lot larger and this brand is a lot larger and all of this will have hopefully worked. But as I record this, I've got about 50 subscribers, a very small, very new channel, but I'm building a platform. I'm saying something and I'm trying to make it valuable, and I'm hoping that there are people on the other end who find it valuable and want to listen. Now, I have done this in the past successfully. I'll give you an example. So I have a platform called Preaching Donkey. And Preaching Donkey is geared towards pastors who preach and who want to communicate better. As a pastor myself, I developed this in 2014. It started out as just a simple website, preachingdonkey.com, where I started kind of blogging and talking about preaching and some of the ideas I had about how we as preachers could communicate better. I was a communication major. I have a communication background, but then I went to seminary and I learned how to preach. And Preaching Donkey is a way to marry those two ideas together. Can we preach well and also reach and communicate well with people? Can those two things come together? Thus, Preaching Donkey was born. So that's the platform that I was trying to build. Well, that's grown to thousands of people who follow that, who subscribe to my email list, who subscribe to the YouTube channel, who have bought my books, who have bought my courses, and things like that. So it's been an amazing journey, but it all started with something to say and people who want to listen. So when you think about your platform, if you're thinking about writing a book on any given topic, what is that topic and how could you begin to build a platform about that topic before you release the book? This could easily be done with just Facebook Lives. That might be a really great way to start, where you get on your Facebook, where you've got your 1,000 friends or whatever, however many you have, and you just start doing a live Facebook broadcast once a week, every Monday night. Just tell people, hey, I'm going to go live at 7 o'clock and I'm going to answer your questions about X, okay? So you're going to write a book on gardening. You're going to get on Facebook every Monday night and just talk about gardening to whoever wants to listen. You invite them to subscribe, set up a page, set up a group, invite them to join the group, and boom, you have started a very simple process of growing a platform, a raised surface where you're talking and people are listening. Or maybe in some cases you're doing something. Maybe you want to show people how to make jewelry. I was talking to someone just the other day who lays tile as a profession, does these beautiful bathroom showers, redoes showers for people. And he was talking about how he wanted to look at other ways to maybe teach that. And I said, man, go on YouTube, start a channel where you are teaching people how to tile. For him, that could be a perfect platform where he's gathering people who want to learn about how to tile. Maybe the random person who just needs to redo their bathroom and wants to do it themselves, all the way to the person who wants to do it professionally. He could begin to have a platform where those people come to him and he becomes the tile guy, right? So whatever it is for you, you could become that person in that industry, that niche that people go to. But all of it starts with a platform. You have to have some way where you become the person that people think about when they think about that topic. Now let's go back to my preaching example, because a lot of people will say, oh my gosh, if you get on YouTube, everybody's already doing my thing, right? Let's say your thing is personal finance. You would love to talk about that, but there's so many personal finance channels. Or your thing is fitness and you say, oh, there's so much of that. Everybody's already doing it. When I started Preaching Donkey, I almost didn't do it for two reasons. I almost didn't do it because there was a very large and well-known preaching resources brand called Preaching Rocket. And they're still around today. It's a great resource, but I just thought everybody knows about Preaching Rocket. They're already doing all this. Nobody cares about me and my little blog, and I almost didn't do it. Then I got on and I Googled preaching resources and I found another website, Pro Preacher. Ended up being a friend of mine, Brandon Hilgeman, who I now know. I didn't know him at the time, but I thought, oh my gosh, someone else is already doing this. Somebody else has my idea. It's already done. I can't do it. And I put it off for a few months. I didn't pull the trigger because I thought, well, no one's going to read my blog. Why am I even trying? And then eventually something just kind of welled up inside of me and I just thought, I have to do this. I have to start. If nobody reads it, it's okay. It's going to make me better to write about these topics. And I started blogging about preaching. Well, guess what? It didn't matter that Preaching Rocket was already out there. It didn't matter that Pro Preacher was already out there, because I began to build an audience of people who maybe they knew about those resources and maybe they didn't, but it didn't matter because at some level they connected with me and I became, for those people, the person they think about when they think about improving their preaching. When they think about, gosh, I'm stuck in my preaching. I need to do better. I need to be better. I want them to think about Preaching Donkey, and possibly I want them to think about me. When you think about getting stuck in writing your book, or you think about the fact that you have this desire and this dream to write a book, I want you to think about me. I want you to think about Lane Sebring. I want you to go, oh my gosh, there's this YouTube channel where there's this guy who talks about self-publishing. Do you see how this starts happening? But the way to get there is you have to just get out there and do it. So right now, I only have a very small amount of subscribers and a very small amount of views. But that's not stopping me because everything starts that way. It's just the way it is. My hope is that this will grow. So my question for you is, what do you have to say and who's going to listen? Now, there are some ways that you can determine how to get there, and I'm going to walk you through some questions to ask yourself to determine what it could be for you. Number one, what are you good at? Okay, like what are you talented at? Like the guy who does tile, he does tile. He's excellent at tile. He's always done tile. He could talk about tile forever. There's a guy on YouTube. He works on cars, and he started a YouTube channel where he talks about auto repair and cars and how to work on your cars. And his channel has 3 million subscribers the last time I checked. And he's a guy who had something to say because he was good at something. So what are you good at? What fires you up? Like, what is just, you wake up in the morning and you think, gosh, if I could do this, if I could talk about this, if people could come to me for advice on this, I could do this all day long. What are you good at? What fires you up? What could you talk about for hours? Now, this is related because often if you're gonna build a platform, guess what? You're gonna spend hours and hours and hours talking about one thing or one set of things. So you better like talking about it, and you better be enthusiastic about it, because you have to do it for a long enough time for people to begin to get around you and believe that you're the person to go to for that thing. What do people come to you for advice about? When people think, gosh, I need help with XYZ, they're coming to you. They're saying, you're the person, gosh, and other people are telling them, you got to talk to so-and-so because they're going to tell you exactly what you need to do, exactly what you need to know, exactly who you need to call, whatever the case. What valuable skill or information do you have or know that you could teach others easily, that you could teach others with ease? Something that you have taken for granted because you think everybody must know this, but not everybody does. I'll give you an example from me. I've written 2 books, and in that process, I taught myself how to self-publish. I looked up a bunch of stuff, I Googled everything, I studied it for a long time, I looked at what other people were doing. It took a lot of work. And at the end of that, I got so used to and so accustomed to that set of knowledge that I gained of even how it works and what to do and how to do it, that I just assumed, well, everybody knows this, because I forgot what it was like to not know it. I forgot what it was like to not have that knowledge. A bird just hit my window. I forgot what it was like to not have that knowledge of being able to just do it. And here's the thing. This is called the curse of knowledge. It's when we forget what it's like to not know what we know. And so you have to think, what do you know that you're so used to knowing that's become so commonplace for you to understand and know that you forgot what it's like to not know it? That might be the thing for you, that if you begin to talk about that and teach about that, you're going to build a platform of people, you're going to build an audience of people who want to come to you to know about that thing. And then finally, what do you just know about more than most? When you get around other people, you realize you've just got this expert knowledge, and they're coming to you and they're asking for clarification because they just don't know what you know. Everybody has something like that. We all don't know everything, but all of us know something. And so if you want to build a platform and you're looking for something to say, ask yourself those questions, and it will start to become clear to you, oh, this is going to be my contribution. This is going to be the thing that I say. This is going to be the thing that I talk about. This is going to be the thing that people come to me for advice on. Now, why are we doing this? Where is this all going? Are we building a platform just so we can feel good and kind of beat our chest and say, look at my vanity metrics and look how big my subscriber base is and look how many likes my posts are getting and look how many email subscribers I have and look at how many followers on Insta that I have? No, it's not about the vanity. What it's about is making a difference, influencing people. And it just so happens that if you want to influence and impact a lot of people, you have to reach those people. And if you want to stay in business, because online business and your audience go hand in hand. You don't have an online business unless you have an audience. You don't have an audience unless you build a platform. So all of this stuff works together so that you can begin to grow this and make enough money to sustain it, make it worth your time to reach more people and impact more people. So for me, I want to reach as many people as I possibly can with the different platforms that I have and serve my audience in every capacity that I can. And I just know that if I don't take advantage of what's out there to help me do that in terms of these platforms, it's just not going to happen. So I'm so excited for you in this journey. When you begin to know what you're going to say and who's going to listen, you decide on a platform platform to get onto. We're going to talk a whole lot more about the specifics, but I just wanted to get you thinking, where do I even start with growing a platform and why should I do it? Hopefully this video was valuable to you. If you want to go deeper with writing a book, with all the steps that are required to self-publish a book, you can go check out my guide at lanesebring.com/5steps. This is my free 5-step guide to writing a #1 best-selling book, which I've done. My first book was a #1 bestseller in its category on Amazon, and this guide has all of the steps that I used to make that happen. I would love to put that in your hands. Be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments, what kind of platform are you thinking about building? What kind of platform have you built or in the process of building? I would love to know. What are you passionate about? What kind of thing are you trying to gather people around so that they can learn from you about? I would love to hear from that. Let me know in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.